Okay. Yeah, so as we were saying, we were just explaining the program. For the rest of the year, we're going to have different things that we will be doing apart from these 3 books. So let's continue, inshallah ta'ala. We're going to try resolve these issues, inshallah, another time. So these chapters that we mentioned, some of them we complete them. We're not going to go through them back, inshallah ta'ala. We're going to start from Al-Wihda Al-Rabi'ah, the 4th unit. Now this here, we went through some from here, but for the benefit, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to repeat this chapter. Al-Wahda, as you mentioned, is unit. Sometimes the Arabs, they say Al-Wihda. Al-Ard, the presentation of the conversation. Ad-Dars, the lesson. You have, here is the number of the unit. Within each unit, there are multiple lessons. Al-Hiwar al-Awwal, the first conversation. Al-Hiwar al-Awwal, the first conversation. Al-Hiwar, conversation. Awwal, first. Unzur wastami' wa'a'id. Unzur, look. Wastami', and listen. Wa'a'id, and repeat. And these 3 are the command form of these verbs. So here we have a conversation between Tariq and Tahir. Tariq, Mata tastayqidhu. He's asking Tahir, Mata tastayqidhu. When you wake up. When you wake. Mata, when, and this is the when for questioning. Tastayqidh, you wake. Tahir, he responds, Astayqidhu inda al-fajri. Astayqidhu inda al-fajri. I wake at fajr. Astayqidhu inda al-fajr. I wake at al-fajr. And al-fajr is the time of the day. The time that we pray Salatul Fajr, that's al-fajr. That you have, that's why you call it Salatul Fajr. We say, I'm going to pray al-fajr in a shortened way, but that the default is that al-fajr and al-asr and al-dhuhr and al-isha, they're all times of the day. So here he's saying, I wake up at that time, the time of al-fajr, which is equivalent to roughly the dawn time. Tariq, أين تصلي الفجر? Tariq, he say, أين تصلي الفجر? Where do you pray al-fajr? Meaning, where do you pray Salat al-fajr? Where do you pray the Salah of Fajr? So he shortened the expression by saying, أين تصلي الفجر? Now this word here, عند, we translate it as at. And it can also mean with. And as I mentioned, when it comes to the Arabic expression, just in this period here, you just repeat as you learn. So when you want to ask someone, or when you want to tell someone, I wake up at Fajr, you say, Astayqidhu inda al-Fajr. Just repeat that statement. You want to say, I wake up at Dhuhr, Astayqidhu inda al-Dhuhr. If you may have learned another word for at, you don't use it in this context. You just repeat whatever you learn in the context that you learned it. Tahir, he responds to this question, أين تصلي الفجر? Where do you pray al-fajr? أصلي الفجر في المسجد. I pray al-fajr in the masjid. أصلي الفجر في المسجد. I pray al-fajr in the masjid. Tariq, he said, هل تنام بعد الصلاة. هل تنام بعد الصلاة. Hal for question, meaning it makes any sentence into a question. So tanamu ba'da salah means you sleep after the salah. If you exempt the hal or ignore it, tanamu ba'da salah means you sleep. Tanam, you sleep. Ba'da, after as-salah, this salah. You put hal into the sentence, it makes it into a question. Do you sleep after the salah? Tahir, he responds, La anamu ba'da salah. No, I do not sleep after the salah. So tanam, you sleep. Anam, I sleep. La anam, I do not sleep. Ba'da salah, after the salah. Tariq, he is asking, ماذا تفعل بعد الصلاة. What do you do after the salah? ماذا تفعل بعد الصلاة. Tahir, he responds, أقرأ القرآن. I read the Quran. أقرأ القرآن. I read the Quran. Tariq, he asks, ومتى تذهب إلى المدرسة. ومتى تذهب إلى المدرسة. And when do you go? تذهب, you go. إلى, to. المدرسة, the school. When do you go to the school? أذهب الساعة السابعة. I go at 7 o'clock. Now note, there is no preposition here, right? أذهب الساعة السابعة. I go at 7 o'clock. Now in English, we say I go at 7 o'clock. I go 7 o'clock, maybe. I don't know if it's grammatically correct, but we normally use a preposition in English. In Arabic, there is no preposition needed because of this fatha. For those who remember, we did the dharf makan, and zaman, we're gonna go over that inshallah ta'ala when we go through the grammar program. But for now, just understand the way they express it in Arabic and repeat that. أذهب الساعة السابعة. I go at 7 o'clock. Now if you want to say I go at 8 o'clock, you're going to say أذهب الساعة الثامنة. And we're going to go through all of that inshallah ta'ala in this chapter. Tariq, هل تذهب بالسيارة. هل تذهب بالسيارة. Now if we ignore the hal, تذهب بالسيارة means you go with car. تذهب بالسيارة means you go with car. Hal makes it a question. Do you go with car? Do you go with car? And again, you memorize this as a pattern. Memorize it as a template. So you want to say, I go with bus. You're going to say, you go with bus, sorry. تذهب بالحافلة. As he respond here, لا. No, I go with bus. أذهب بالحافلة. You want to say, I go with the train. أذهب بالقطار. I go with the bicycle. أذهب بالدراجة. I go with an airplane. أذهب بالطائرة. Just follow the same pattern. Now we know we have a word in our head to mean with, ma'a, inda, and so on, lada. Don't use any of those words, right? You just use the exact expression that you see. And that's the easiest way to build your expression. Just as a child build their expression. They just listen and repeat and follow patterns without knowing any grammar. That's the first hiwar. The second hiwar, al-hiwar al-thani, the second conversation. And again, and I will keep emphasizing this, if the conversation is new, once more than 10 words is new in the conversation, right? 5 to 10 words. You have new words in the conversation. Memorize the conversation as it is. You have less than 5 new words. Make sure you write down those new words and memorize them. Al-Hiwar al-Thani, the second Hiwar. We're going to go through all of these fast, and then we're going to go through some of the lessons in the chapter tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. But let's just review these lessons quickly. And those who are with us, be patient with the little boredom that there is in the repetition, right? That's normal with any class. And when you go to school and so everything is not going to be brand new. We're going to try to fix this program, maybe get a fixed time for it. So those who they're confident and they know everything that is in the book, you want to start from the comprehension, you can do so, inshallah ta'ala. So here is a conversation between the members of a family. Al-Um, the mother, Al-Ab, the father, and you have Taha, Fatima, Ahmad, Latifa, and the Jadda, which is the grandmother, and the Jad, the grandfather. So we have a conversation here between the families. The she said, the mother, هَذَا يَوْمُ الْعُطْلَةِ. This is the day of Utla. هَذَا يَوْمُ الْعُطْلَةِ. This is the day of Utla. Now, Utla means holiday. So, يَوْمُ الْعُطْلَةِ, you can translate that entire thing or understand that entire thing as holiday. This is a holiday. The father, he said, هَذَا يَوْمُ الْعَمَلِ. This is the day of work. Now, Utla by itself means it represents inactivity, if you want to say. Break, taking a rest, taking a break, not having an activity is Utla. Not functioning. That's a Utla. Like in the Quran, Allah mentioned, وَبِئْرٍ مُعَطَّلَةٍ. Right? A well that is not functioning. And if you go to Makkah and Medina, if a washroom is not working, it will say mu'attal, right? Not functioning. So that's what the word represents, utla. So the day of utla, meaning the day of holiday. And amal is work. So the day yawmul amal, work day. Yawmul amal, the day of work, meaning work day. The Ab, he says, ماذا ستفعل يا طه. ماذا ستفعل يا طه. So the mother, she's saying it's holiday, meaning it's on holiday from school. But the father is saying it's work day, meaning they have work to do in the home. ماذا ستفعل يا فاطمة. The father is asking ماذا, what? Sa, the scene here is for will. Taf'alu is you do. So, sataf'alu, you will do. Ya, o, Taha, the name of the person. So, ماذا sataf'alu, ya Taha. What will you do, O Taha? What will you do, O Taha? Taha, he responds, Sa'aknusu Ghurfatal Julusi. Sa'aknusu Ghurfatal Julusi. I will vacuum or clean the room of sitting. Ghurfatal Julusi, the room of sitting. Now, the room of sitting or the sitting room is the living room. That's the equivalent of living room. Ghurfatal Julus. Sa'aknusu. So aknusu means I clean or vacuum, right? Aknusu is used for, it can be used for vacuuming with a vacuum, or it can be used for sweeping with a broom. Sweeping with a broom, both of it can be used for. Not necessarily the electric vacuum. The she say, today it's mostly used with the actual vacuum. But if someone was to say ana aknus, and they are sweeping with a brush or a broom, then that would be correct. The she say, وَمَاذَا سَتَفْعَلِينَ يَا فَاطِمَةَ, and what will you do, O Fatima? وَمَاذَا سَتَفْعَلِينَ يَا فَاطِمَةَ, and what will you do, O Fatima? Now note, when the father asks the son, he say, مَاذَا سَتَفْعَلْ, okay, he's speaking to a male. So even if the mother was to ask the son, she's going to say, مَاذَا سَتَفْعَلْ, because the verb is related to the one who they are speaking to. Now, when they are speaking to Fatima, they say taf'alin. ماذا ستفعلين, because they're speaking to a female. وَمَاذَا سَتَفْعَلِينَ يَا فَاطِمَةَ, and what will you do, O Fatima? Fatima, she responded by saying, سَأَكْنُسُ غُرْفَةَ النَّوْمِ, I will vacuum the room of sleeping, meaning the bedroom. غُرْفَةَ النَّوْمِ, the room of sleeping, meaning the bedroom. Now, I translated literal to understand each word, but in your head, understand it as bedroom. So don't understand it as the room of sleeping. Then you're going to be relying on translation. But just understand it as bedroom. Al-Um, وَمَاذَا سَتَفْعَلُ يَا أَحْمَدُ, and what will you do, O Ahmad? Ahmad, he say, سَأَغْسِلُ الْمَلَابِسِ, سَأَغْسِلُ الْمَلَابِسِ, I will wash the clothes. سَأَغْسِلُ الْمَلَابِسِ. The mother, she responded, or she asked, وَمَاذَا سَتَفْعَلِينَ يَا لَطِيفَةَ, وَمَاذَا سَتَفْعَلِينَ يَا لَطِيفَةَ, and what will you do, O Latifa? Latifa, she said, سَأَكْوِي الْمَلَابِسِ, I will iron the clothing, right? Iron the clothing. أكوي الملابس. Al-Jadda, the grandmother, she says, أنا سأغسل الأطباق, I will wash the dishes. Wal-Jad, the grandfather, he say, وأنا سأقرأ القرآن, and I will read the Quran. أنا سأغسل الأطباق, I will wash the dishes. أنا سأقرأ القرآن, I will read the Quran. And note, when it comes to the first person, there is no difference in the gender of the word. Both of it is the same. So we're going to pause here for the conversation. I see it's after 9 already. So I was hoping to complete this one, but we're going to take that tomorrow, inshallah. And then we're going to go through some of the lessons from the passage tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. So let's go to the Qasasun Nabiyyin. We are on the story of Yusuf. Let me just... So we're on the fourth passage of this book. Ilal Ghaba. Ilal Ghaba, to the Ghaba. start. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ilal ghaba, to the ghaba. The ghaba can be the jungle or a forest. Ilal ghaba can refer to a jungle or a forest. So a recap, remember in the last passage, the brothers, they went to Ya'qub alayhi salam, they asked him to give them permission or give Yusuf permission to come out and play with them. And Ya'qub, he gave Yusuf permission to go out and play with them as they were plotting. وَفَرِحَ الْإِخْوَةُ كَثِيرًا لَمَّا أَذِنَ يَعْقُوبُ لِيُوسُفَ وَفَرِحَ الْإِخْوَةُ كَثِيرًا لَمَّا أَذِنَ يَعْقُوبُ لِيُوسُفَ. وَفَرِحَ, فَرِحَ means to rejoice. كَثِيرًا, a lot. Right? The brothers rejoiced a lot. Lamma, when Ya'qub adhina. Adhina Ya'qub give permission li Yusuf, for Yusuf, meaning for Yusuf to leave and go with them. And pay attention to the expression in Arabic and not the expression in English. Right, so the word adhina is used with the preposition li. So if you go to someone, you want to say, give me permission. In English, we say what? Give me permission. But in Arabic, you say, i'dhan li. Right? You use that preposition. وَذَهَبُوا إِلَى غَابَةٍ وَأَلْقَوْا يُوسُفَ فِي بِئْرٍ فِي الْغَابَةِ وَلَمْ يَرْحَمُوا يُوسُفَ الصَّغِيرَ وَلَمْ يَرْحَمُوا يَعْقُوبَ الشَّيْخَ الْكَبِيرَ. وَذَهَبُوا إِلَى غَابَةٍ, and they went to a forest. ذَهَبُوا, they went. ذَهَبَ, he went. ذَهَبُوا, they went. وَذَهَبُوا إِلَى غَابَةٍ, and they went to a forest. وَأَلْقَوْا يُوسُفَ, and they threw Yusuf. فِي بِئْرٍ, in a well. And they threw Yusuf in a well. Right? We did this word before. From the verb alqa, means he threw. Alqaw, they threw. And they threw Yusuf fi bi'rin, in a well. In a well. Fil ghaba, in the forest, meaning in the forest that they went to. Walam yarhamu Yusuf. Now yarhamuna means to show mercy. Right? Rahima yarhamu means to show mercy. Lam yarhamu Yusuf, meaning they didn't show Yusuf mercy. They didn't show Yusuf mercy. This lam is used to negate something in the past, but it's used with the present tense verb, like in English. Right? In English, you will not say, I didn't went. You say, I didn't go. Right? Grammatically, the grammatically correct statement is to say, I didn't go. So you don't use didn't with the past tense, even though you're referring to the past. So similarly here, you say, walam yarhamu. They didn't show Yusuf mercy. Right? With the present tense verb. So if you, for example, you say, I am going to the market. Adhabu ila souk. Adhabu ila souk. I'm going to the market. I didn't go to the market. You can say lam adhab. You use lam with the present tense. Lam adhab ila souk. I didn't go to the market. And there is the way you can do it, negate the past with the past tense also in Arabic. So walam yarhamu Yusuf as-Saghir. They didn't show Yusuf as-Saghir, the small Yusuf, mercy. Right? Yusuf as-Saghir, the small Yusuf, or the young Yusuf. Yusuf as-Saghir is here is an adjective for Yusuf. Now a quick review of our grammar. As we mentioned, noun and adjective, they must match. Yusuf is a definite noun. It's a proper name, Yusuf. So the adjective after it must be definite. That's why there is alif and lam. So Yusuf as-Saghir, meaning the small Yusuf. وَلَمْ يَرْحَمُوا يَعْقُوب. And they didn't show mercy to Ya'qub, meaning they weren't merciful to Ya'qub, considering his feelings and so on, and taking away his most beloved child. Ash-Shaykh al-Kabir, right? Ash-Shaykh referring to an elderly person, Kabir meaning big or old. So walam yarhamu Ya'qub ash-Shaykh al-Kabir. They didn't show Ya'qub, the elderly sheikh, the elderly old man, any mercy. Now, both of these words can be used to, the word sheikh can be used to represent an elderly person, and kabir also can be used to represent an elderly person. So both of the words have a similar meaning in this context, but it's describing that individual from two different aspects. Like in the Quran, Zakaria, when he asked, how is it I can have a child? قال ربي أنى يكون لي ولد وقد بلغني الكبر. Right? And how can I have a child? And old age has reached me. وأبونا شيخ كبير. And our father is an elderly old man, in the story with Musa. وَكَانَ يُوسُفُ وَلَدًا صَغِيرًا. And Yusuf was a small child. وَلَدًا صَغِيرًا. وَكَانَ قَلْبُهُ صَغِيرًا. And his heart was small. As you mentioned, kana puts a sentence in the past. كَانَ يُوسُفُ وَلَدًا صَغِيرًا. Now, if we were to take out this kana from the sentence, we're going to say, Yusufu waladun saghirun. Yusuf is a small child. Walad meaning child, right? That's the most accurate translation for walad. It can be a male or a female, from the word walada, yalidu, yulad, lam yalid, walam yulad, to give, to beget, and you beget a child, male or female. So Yusuf, if you take out kana, Yusufu waladun saghirun. Yusuf is a small child. You put kana, it put the sentence into the past. Kana Yusufu waladan saghiran. Yusuf was a small child. And the predicate, meaning the information of that sentence, normally takes the fatha. It takes the fatha state or the mansub state. And we're going to go through all of that. Let's review for our summer. وَكَانَ يُوسُفُ وَلَدًا صَغِيرًا. And Yusuf was a small child. وَكَانَ قَلْبُهُ صَغِيرًا. Same thing. So if we take out the kana, قَلْبُهُ صَغِيرٌ. His heart is small. You put kana, puts it in the past. His heart was small. The information, you have the thing you're informing about. The subject is the heart. The information is that it is small. So when you put kana, that information becomes mansub state, or the fatha state. وَكَانَ قَلْبُهُ صَغِيرًا. And his heart was small. And as I keep mentioning, whatever you don't process at the moment, don't overwhelm yourself with it. Just leave it. Just leave it. And when we go through it in the grammar class, inshallah ta'ala, it's going to become clearer. Or whenever you are able to digest it, you digest it, inshallah. وَكَانَتِ الْبِئْرُ عَمِيقَةً وَكَانَتِ الْبِئْرُ مُظْلِمَةً وَكَانَ يُوسُفُ وَحِيدًا وَكَانَتِ الْبِئْرُ عَمِيقَةً. Al-Bi'r is the well. Kanat is the female form of kana. Now the word bi'r, well, is feminine by nature in the Arabic language. So that's why they say kanat. Now, as we know in the Arabic reading rules, you have kanat. This word is with a sukoon originally. And then you have another sukoon here on the lam. And you can't pronounce two sukoon together, so that's why this kasra is here. وَكَانَتِ الْبِئْرُ, and the well was عَمِيقَةً, deep. عَمِيقَةً means deep. وَكَانَتِ الْبِئْرُ, and the well was مُظْلِمَةً. مُظْلِمَةً means dark. وَكَانَ يُوسُفُ وَحِيدًا, and Yusuf was, wahidan means alone, from wahid. Wahidan, alone. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ بَشَّرَ يُوسُفَ وَقَالَ لَهُ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ بَشَّرَ يُوسُفَ وَقَالَ لَهُ. But Allah, bashara, give glad tidings. Right? Bashara is the verb to give a bishara, a bushra. So Allah, walakin, but Allah give Yusuf a glad tidings, a good news. وَقَالَ لَهُ, and he said to him, وَقَالَ لَهُ, and he said to him, لَا تَحْزَنْ, don't be sad. Right? لَا تَحْزَنْ, don't grieve, don't be sad. وَلَا تَخَفْ, and don't fear. إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَكَ, inna for emphasis, verily, surely, indeed. Allah ma'ak, Allah is with you. Ma'aka means with you. وَسَيَكُونُ لَكَ شَأْنٌ وَسَيَكُونُ لَكَ شَأْنٌ. Now understand each word and then understand the general meaning of the sentence. Waw is an. Sayakunu, the scene is the will, right? Ana sa'agsilul malabis, I will wash the clothes. Yakunu is the present tense for kana, right? So kana is was, yakunu is to be, is, right? So yakunu, laka is la for ka, you. Sha'n is a matter or an affair. Sayakunu laka sha'nun, meaning a matter or an affair will be for you. They are going to be a matter and affair for you, meaning something great is going to happen with you. Right? Kulla yawmin huwa fi sha'n, as Allah mentioned in Surah Ar-Rahman. Every day He is in an affair. He is doing something, forgiving someone, punishing someone, elevating someone. Every day He is giving life to someone, taking the life from someone. All of those are different sha'n, different affairs. So when this expression that the Arabs they use, sayakunu laka sha'n, when they say you will have an affair is going to be for you, meaning something great is going to happen with regards to you. You're going to be a president, you're going to be a king, you're going to gain a status, something great is going to happen. So understand each word and then understand the implication of the sentence. سيحضر إليك الإخوة وتخبرهم بما فعلوه. Now what is going to happen from amongst the things that is going to happen? سيحضر إليك الإخوة. Now يحضر means to attend. So يحضر means attends. سيحضر will attend. إليك is ila with the ka, to you. Al-ikhwa, the brothers. The brothers will attend to you. Right, I'm translating literal. Meaning the brothers, they will come to you. Here, maybe use the word come or to be present. Hadara yahduru, it can mean to be present, to attend, to come. That's what you say the one who is present in the class, he is hadir, right? He is present. Sayahduru ilayka al-ikhwa, the brothers, they will come to you. Meaning in the future. وَتُخْبِرُهُمْ وَتُخْبِرُهُمْ, and you will inform them. Tukhbir is you inform, hum is them, and you will inform them. Now where we get the will from, as we mentioned many times, the present tense, if it's used in the context of the future, you translate it in the future, right? And it's understood in the future. So we know all of this here is talking about the future. You, the brothers, will come to you, and you will inform them. وَتُخْبِرُهُمْ bima, of what fa'aluhu, they did. وَتُخْبِرُهُمْ bima fa'alu, of what they did, it. Now what's this it? Now this it might take you 2 years to understand why this it is there, because it's not there in the English, right? In English we say you inform them of what they did. You don't put a pronoun to represent anything there, right? But in Arabic, that pronoun is needed sometimes. We're not gonna go through that at this moment here. Inshallah ta'ala, we're going to leave that for another, when we go through the grammar. That's maybe going to be no time soon. But going through certain things at the beginning can be very confusing. So we don't want to jump the steps. So وَتُخْبِرُهُمْ بِمَا فَعَلُوا, you will inform them of what they did. Right? You will inform them of what they did. وَلَمَّا فَرَغُوا مِنْ شَأْنِهِمْ وَأَلْقَوْا يُوسُفَ فِي الْبِئْرِ اجْتَمَعُوا وَقَالُوا. وَلَمَّا, and when, فَرَغُوا مِنْ, they finish from. فَرَغُوا مِنْ, they finish from, meaning they finished doing what they were doing. مِنْ شَأْنِهِمْ, from their affair. What is their affair? Throwing Yusuf into the well in this context. So when they finished from their affair, وَأَلْقَوْا يُوسُفَ فِي الْبِئْرِ, and they threw Yusuf in the well, اجْتَمَعُوا وَقَالُوا, they get together and they said, right? You can put a comma there. اجْتَمَعُوا وَقَالُوا, اجْتَمَعُوا, they get together, they come together. وَقَالُوا, and they said, مَاذَا نَقُولُ لِأَبِينَا, what we say, li, to abina, our father. Meaning, what will we say to our father? Again, naqulu, we say, present tense. Now here is obviously they're asking about something in the future. Meaning, when they go to the father, what will they say? So you understand it in the context of the future. Right? You're not understanding it in the context of the present. Because it's possible. What are we saying to our father? That's a possible meaning. But it's clear from the context that it's the future. What will we say to our father? قَالَ بَعْضُهُمْ, some of them said, بَعْض, right? Some, whom, them, بَعْضُهُمْ, some of them, قَالَ بَعْضُهُمْ, some of them said, كَانَ أَبُونَا يَقُولُ, Abuna, our father, Yakulu, says, Kana, put that in the past. So Abuna, Kana Yakulu, or Kana Abuna Yakulu mean our father used to say, he was saying. Right? As we mentioned again, Kana, put the nominal sentence in the past. So Abuna Yakul, our father is saying, you put that with Kana, our father used to say. And again, as we mentioned, Kana with present tense, not just past, but past continuous. Something ongoing, used to be done regularly. What he used to say? أَخَافُ أَنْ يَأْكُلَهُ الذِّئْبُ. أَخَافُ, I am afraid, I am fearful, I have khawf. أن يأكله الذئب, that the wolf eats him, meaning Yusuf. Right? يأكل eats him, who? الذئب, the wolf. So I'm afraid the wolf eats him. I'm afraid that the wolf eats him. فَنَقُولُ لَهُ, so we will say to him, meaning the brothers are saying, so we will say to him, صَدَقْتَ, you صَدَقْتَ, you have spoken the truth, you are right. Right? صَدَقْتَ, you have spoken the truth, you are right. يَا أَبَانَا قَدْ أَكَلَهُ الذِّئْبُ. Right? صَدَقْتَ يَا أَبَانَا, you have spoken the truth, O our father, you are right, O our father. قَدْ أَكَلَهُ الذِّئْبُ, the wolf has indeed eaten him. This qad, it shows tahqiq, right? It emphasizes that that verb happened. So if we examine the qad, ignore it, أَكَلَهُ الذِّئْبُ gonna mean the wolf ate him. Just simple information. The wolf ate him. Now when you say qad أَكَلَهُ الذِّئْبُ with the present tense, with the past tense, sorry, it means the wolf has indeed eaten him, right? It's clear, it happened sure. قَدْ أَكَلَهُ الذِّئْبُ, the wolf has indeed eaten him. وَافَقَ الْإِخْوَةُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ, وَافَقَ, agreed upon, al-ikhwa, the brothers agreed, ala, upon, ذَلِكَ, upon that, meaning they all agree to say that. They all agree to go to their father and say the wolf has eaten him. وَقَالُوا نَعَمْ نَقُولُ لَهُ يَا أَبَانَا قَدْ أَكَلَهُ الذِّئْبُ. We will say yes. قَالُوا نَعَمْ, they say yes. نَقُولُ لَهُ, we will say to him. Right? Where we get the will from? They're talking future, using the present tense. نَقُولُ لَهُ, we will say to him, Ya Abana, O our father, قَدْ أَكَلَهُ الذِّئْبُ, the wolf has indeed eaten him. The wolf has indeed eaten him. قَالَ بَعْضُ الْإِخْوَانِ, some of the brothers said, now al-ikhwan is another plural for akh. So you have akh means brother, ikhwatun and ikhwan means brothers. Both of them is two plural for brothers. قَالَ بَعْضُ الْإِخْوَانِ, some of the brothers, they said, وَلَكِنْ, but. Now the word but, you can say walakin or you can say walakinna. Right? Lakin or lakinna or walakin, walakinna. But normally you only use walakinna before a noun. If the word right or after walakin, the but, is not a noun, you use walakin. Walakin, but, ma ayatu dhalik, what is the sign of that? Ma ayatu dhalik, what is the sign of that? Meaning what sign we're going to give him, what proof we're going to give him that the wolf ate him. قالوا excuse me. Ayatu dhalika ad-dam, the sign of that is the blood. Yes. Give me a second, get some water. Ayatu dhalika ad-dam, the sign of that is the blood. وَأَخَذَ الْإِخْوَةُ كَبْشًا وَذَبَحُوهُ, the brothers took. أَخَذَ means took. Right? وَأَخَذَ, and the brothers took. In the story of Ibrahim, when he took the axe, وَأَخَذَ الْفَأْسِ, and he took the axe, when he hit the idols with it. وَأَخَذَ الْإِخْوَةُ kabshan, the brothers took kabshan, a ram, right? A ram, a sheep. وَذَبَحُوهُ, and they slaughtered it. ذَبَحُوا, they slaughtered. Who? It. وَأَخَذُوا قَمِيصَ يُوسُفَ وَصَبَغُوهُ. And they took the shirt of Yusuf, قَمِيصَ Yusuf. وَصَبَغُوهُ. And they soaked it. Right? Sabagu, meaning they soaked the shirt into the blood. Right? The word sabaga can also mean when you discolor something with a liquid, like dyeing it. وَفَرِحَ الْإِخْوَةُ جِدًّا. And the brothers, they rejoice jiddan, very much. Right? They were very happy with what they did. وَقَالُوا. And they said, الْآن, now, يُصَدِّقُ أَبُونَا, our father will believe. يُصَدِّقُ means to believe. يَصْدُقُ means to be truthful, to speak the truth. Now what's the relationship? يَصْدُقُ means to speak the truth. يُصَدِّقُ is you know that the person is speaking the truth. In other words, you believe. وَقَالُوا الْآنَ. And they said, now, يُصَدِّقُ أَبُونَا, our father will believe, meaning he will believe us. We're going to take that